From November 14th to 21st, we're inviting you to join us for a powerful trip to Ghana. This isn't just a vacation. This is a chance to walk through the same places where many of our people were captured, held, and shipped off into slavery. So don't wait. Secure your spot today. We're making history by walking through it. Will you be with us?
Now let's talk about exotic giant African ants being trafficked like drugs. This is exactly what happened in Kenya, and I have all the details. Now, this is Kenya's first ever large-scale insect trafficking case, and we're going to take a look at why it matters a lot more than you might actually think. So here's the story. 4 men, 2 Belgians, a Vietnamese national, and a Kenyan were caught and pleaded guilty to trying to smuggle hundreds of rare ants out of Kenya. But not just any ants. These were giant African harvester ants, also known as mesocephalotes. They're big for ants, and apparently the size is a big deal in the ant collecting world, because there actually is an ant collecting world. I never knew. Now, some exotic insect dealers in the UK have actually valued them at £170 each, which is about $220 per ant. And get this, depending on how much or how many species and colonies were in that particular shipment, the total black market value could have hit $1 million. Now, the Kenyan Wildlife Service called this a landmark case, and they're not wrong. You see, normally in Kenya, they're used to protecting lions, elephants, and rhinos because they are more sought after, especially in the black market. Not chasing down people, stuffing ants into test tubes and syringes, because that's exactly how these smugglers were trying to move the ants. Modified test tubes designed to keep the ants alive for up to 2 months. It's wild. Now here's the kicker. This is more than just a bizarre crime story. The KWS says that it shows a disturbing shift in trafficking from iconic animals like elephants to lesser known species that are just as critical for our environment. And they're absolutely right. These ants may not be cute or majestic, but they play a huge role in maintaining ecological balance. But now they're being poached and sold like contraband. Dino Martins, one of Kenya's top insect experts, compared this kind of trafficking to drug smuggling. He said, and I quote, "It's like cocaine. The price of the source versus the value in Europe is so different. That's why people do it. And just like drugs, it's all about the money. And there's a lot of money in this particular business." I think this is one of the most bizarre stories ever, because who would have thought that ants had a certain value in the black market, in insect farming across the world? It's absolutely ridiculous. And it's interesting because I believe that the fact that this is the first case that Kenya was able to flag, I don't think that this is the very first of its kind. I don't think that those smugglers are the first smugglers of ants, because there has already been an existing market for ants, and these ants can be found in Kenya. So there's a possibility that there have been people smuggling these ants from Kenya for a while, unbeknownst to the Kenyan authority. But fortunately for them, and unfortunately for the smugglers, they were able to catch the very first set of ant smugglers in Kenya. It's bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre. But then when you see the money, the value in the market for these ants, yeah, you probably will know why people, they're probably risking their lives just to smuggle ants. It's ridiculous. You see, the demand is growing in Europe and Asia, especially among exotic pet collectors. Some people build what they call formicariums, little glass ant farms, and they just sit back and watch these ants build their colonies. For them, it's fascinating. And for me, it's super weird because I'm not really sure what the pleasure they get from that. Whatever. But these ants are protected by international biodiversity treaties, and Kenya has very strict regulations around their trade. So this bust wasn't just a win for Kenya, It sends out a loud, clear message to traffickers that even the tiniest creatures are off limits. They're off limits to everyone. Don't come in here and just decide that you see a shiny object or something so fascinating and then you want to take it out of the country. No. When you go into any country, you play by their rules. It's so simple. Honestly, I'm here for it, right? We tend to focus only on the big animals when we talk about wildlife crime, but this case is a reminder that every creature matters, no matter how small it is. Because the moment we let people exploit insects for profit, then what's next? What would you get your hands on next? This isn't just about ants, because I'm sure people will watch it and be like, oh, it's just ants. No, it's not just about ants. It's about respecting people's countries and rules. It's about saying you can't just take whatever you want from an African country. Oh, I came to Africa. Oh, I came to Congo. Oh, I came to Kenya. Oh, I came to Nigeria. And then I saw this. I came across this and I took it. Whether it's gold, oil, timber, or now in this case, insects, Africa, or should I say, nations have a right to protect their biodiversity. Every part of it. It doesn't matter if you think it's inconsequential. If the country says this is important to us, it's important. It's so simple. My name is Ify Igwe. I'm reporting from Nigeria. If you found this story as wild and as eye-opening as I did, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you